Hello guys, my name is Marco Fuso. I'm an Italian pizza chef and the founder of MFP Pizza Flour. The video purpose for today is to teach you how to make the perfect pizza dough for the type of pizza you want to make. If you have 1 kilo packaging, you can have between 6 and 7 dough per kilo flour. Here is the recipe. We have about 1.5 grams, 2 grams of fresh yeast. You can use dried yeast, but if you buy it in the supermarket, these sachets, don't use the old sachets like many blog or recipes on YouTube suggest. Just use 1 gram of that yeast. That will be more than enough to ferment the dough for 24 hours before you bake it. Then we have 25 grams of fine sea salt. Now, if you don't have fine sea salt, your table salt, use that, no problem at all. Then we have 620 ml of chilled water. And finally, the reason we are here today, MFP Pizza Flour, made for pizza making. You can make some bread, you can make some pasta. We have lots of messages from all the people who uses it that are very happy because they can make really everything. Despite that this flour is made by using the greatest wheat with some particular characteristic which allow us to stretch the base easily. So you will see how easy it is to stretch a base by using MFP Pizza Flour. I started by crumbling the yeast. I'm very gently going to that. It's gonna take 1 minute, but at the same time I am aerating the flour. This is important when you make a pizza dough because incorporating a little bit of oxygen will actually help all the chemical processes to cure better, in my opinion. So once we have done that, just mix with your hands, just to incorporate or just to combine the yeast and the flour together. Now, once you do that, we have the water here. I'm going to add literally nearly all the water, but not at all. Wait a second. You need to leave something around 50 ml into the container. Once the water is in, try to put your fingers like you're holding a bowl or something and start to go into the flour, work at the corners, bring the flour where the water is running and try to combine everything together. You see that not even a minute, everything is nearly coming together. When this is happening, time to add your salt. So get your salt and now add it with the other ingredients. Then once you are at this stage where the dough looks like that, use the remaining water to make sure that all the raw flour here and there will be actually incorporated. So once your dough look like that, it starts to get formed and it starts to become a little bit difficult to work with the container you're using. Get it away and use the bench. So if you see the way I do, I get the edge, I roll into the middle and with my palm just go down. Once your dough starts to get a little bit that you can feel the nice consistency that a dough should get, it start to look a little bit smooth. Now it's time to rest a little bit. Okay guys, after 5 minutes resting time, now you can notice straight away that your dough, the gluten is developing quite nicely, as you can see. So lumps, if you had any, they slowly start to disappear. So from this stage, you just have to use your palms, pull the dough out, roll it, and work on it. Don't be too tough, okay? Do half and do the other half. 1, 2, 3, 4. You see, now I got a long piece of dough. So what I do is the part that join facing the roof, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it starts to form nicely. So while you're kneading your dough, if your dough starts to look a little bit ready, smooth, no lumps, or very little here and there, if you have not many of them, don't worry, overnight they will disappear. And let it to rest one more time for 10 minutes. Okay, after 10 minutes your dough should look really beautiful. If you wanna make a Napolitan style pizza, get a container, put your dough in, cover it, find a chilled spot, not too chilled, not too cold, somewhere between 10 and 15 Celsius degrees. Cover it, wrap it a couple of times at least, and the next day you can cut, ball up the sizes and let it to proof once more. If you wanna make some crispy bottom pizza, you know, the small crust, very nice and crunchy, while you're making the dough, just add 20 ml of olive oil per kilo flour, and make sure that the baking temperature for the crispy pizza will be between 300 and 350 Celsius degrees. If you have your old oven, bake your base only with tomato first. Then as soon as the crust is getting some color, add the mozzarella or cheese, whatever you have available. I prefer mozzarella. Then your favorite toppings for the final 2 minutes of the cooking. And you will have an amazing pizza anyway. You can also make focaccia, but for this happen, you need to be able to incorporate a little bit more water. The process is very simple. You can treat as the Napolitan style dough, so that the dough will be bulk fermenting until the next day. Then divide the dough in two and let it to grow into your household baking trays. Also make sure that they are non-adherent, so your focaccia will not stick to it. For the focaccia, then a further 1 hour to 2 hours resting time, and then you can top it like the Pugliese style with cherry tomato and olives, or the Ligurian style by just making a mix of water, salt and oil, and you know, brush it on top of your focaccia. Bake it at 200 Celsius degrees for about 8 to 10 minutes and your amazing focaccia will be there.